Hey everyone, I'm Ultimate456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 165 of Let's Platinum and 100% Nioh. Alright, today we're going to take a little bit of a pause break, and instead of going through the remaining missions in the Omi region, we're going to do a little bit of reassessing, just try and make sure that William is going to be strong enough to deal with some of the upcoming stuff. So the first thing I've done is I've gone ahead and sold all of the rare equipment and below. I'll just check if I have any. Got that one there. I don't think I have anything else that's... Oh yeah, I have to sell those purples in here, but that's okay. And yeah, I've been looking at my gear and stuff, trying to decide what I can do with the gear that I have. I've come up with something, but we're going to deal with that in just a moment. The first thing I want to do is I actually want to go to learn skills, and I want to explain something that I kind of didn't realize until way too late. But here when you have for example, let's look at weakness talisman. You've got weakness talisman 1, 2, and 3. And you can see there at the bottom that when you're on 1, the jutsu cost at the bottom right is 4. Then the jutsu cost is 3, then the jutsu cost is 2. But each of them allows you to get 2 weakness talismans. So we actually want to buy all of the weakness talismans up to 3 and the sloth talismans up to 3 as well. The reason being is that in order to use more magic, we need to use less jutsu cost for each spell. So that's really going to help us, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Let's go ahead and buy fire as well, because that will allow us to reduce that by 2 and 1. By 1 when you use this one, and then by another one when you use that one. So that's very helpful. Apart from that, I think everything else is okay. We're definitely going to want these resistances that I haven't picked up until, well, ever. We also want the paralysis one. How much does this cost? 5, 9, perfect. I'm just going to buy the paralysis right now, because paralysis is going to be a big deal come later on. And finally, I think everything else is okay. I don't think there's anything else really. I mean, I bought all the Amrita and the luck stuff down here. Don't think there's anything else. Probably the steel talismans we'll buy as well. Yeah, let's get that, why not? And the Oasis we don't need. Rejuve is all maxed out. Let's get Carnage just in case. And Wealth Bringer. Let's get the Wealth Bringer as well. That way we can use 1 or 2 of those. And Guardian Talismans are good, but I don't think I ended up using them too much. Alright. So there we go. We've used a whole bunch of... we can't buy this yet. Let's buy that. Actually, let's buy all the fire stop talismans. So that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then we'll get... May as well get 6 against fire. We're definitely going to need resistances later. Also, we've got a lot of points here, which we could use. Just trying to see if I should start buying the... Oh wait, yeah, haven't bought this stuff. Let's buy the damage of thrust attacks. I don't know if this... I think this might be useful for your triangle mid-stance press using sword. So that, I think, is technically considered a thrust attack. Axe damage against yokai. I'm probably not going to be using the axe too much, to be honest. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this one... This one is so silly. I didn't realize this. Let me just check something. Okay, cool. So you actually want to get the increases damage of final blows by 8%, 4%, and then 4% again. The reason I didn't get this was because I thought final blows was an attack that the Kusarigama performed, but it's actually final blows is killing strike. So they're the same thing. I don't know why they didn't fix that, but yeah, it's killing strike, and that you can be doing with everything. So let's buy that. And I think that does it, right? There's no other thing. There's human damage with Odachis, but we're not going to be using Odachis. And Tonfa is fine as well. This one's okay. Let's not bother with that. And let's not bother with that. Okay, cool. So I think that's it. I could technically buy some of this stuff. You know what? I may as well. I'm just going to buy a whole bunch of this. This basically increases your attack by like 2 points each time, 2 or 3 points each time. And it can go on infinitely. I think on my practice I have this up to like 30 or 40 or something. It's just a good place to dump the points, because they're just sitting there doing nothing. Otherwise, I think it's probably Kusarigama, whatever. Okay, let's also grab, no, not that, sorry. This one here, there was a title point that I hadn't used, so let's go gold earned. Why not? And now, what we're going to do is we're going to, so what I want, actually, I'll show this first. When you go into the blacksmith, and you go reforge, let's say I want to reforge my one-eyed dragon's armor. So I've got bonus for absorbing Amrita, increased key recovery. You can also get bonus for absorbing Amrita auto recovery, right? So you might think, okay, let's just reforge that and change it. So that's one way to do it. But you can also temper equipment by going to this one and then changing it to what they give you. Now you notice that on the right side of the screen where it has umbracite, there's another 3 slots below, and then another 2 slots below that, and then another 2 slots below that. So I actually only recently figured out what this was. Basically, different the Twilight Missions. So let's go to Way of the Samurai. I'll just show you. So if we go Way of the Samurai, first one, and we go to the Twilight Missions, every time a Twilight mission appears, which it's dependent on like the game's clock timer. So for me, it will be like 4 p.m. It'll change around to another 2 Twilight missions. But on Way of the Samurai, you can get umbracite. You can see there it's in purple, umbracite and umbracite. You can only get 1 per Twilight mission per day. If I go to Way of the Strong, the Twilight missions are actually a little bit stronger, and you can get quality umbracite. You can see it there, right? And on top of that, if I go to Way of the Demon, you can get Fabled Umbracite, which is a really cool name, but you can get Fabled Umbracite and you can see it's in green. And then if you go to Way of the Wise, you can actually get something called Divine Umbracite. So, but Way of the Wise, we're not going to be doing Way of the Wise. So what this essentially allows you to do is that when you go to the blacksmith and you want to reforge, let's say, you know, something specific like bonus for absorbing Amrita auto recovery, you will have quality umbracite, which will be the next 3 slots, and then fabled umbracite, which will be the next 2 slots. And then the bottom 2 are for divine umbracite. And I assume there's nothing above that because there's no place for it, unless it scrolls later on. But yeah, so that's actually very useful because A, we've only got a few umbracite at the moment, and we have 0 quality umbracite because we never did any Way of the Strong Twilight missions. So the first thing that we actually want to do is we want to do some Way of the Demon Twilight missions. Now luckily these ones are not too bad. We've got the Bleeding Spider Lily and Evil in the Ether, so they're pretty low level, so I definitely want to do them. The only thing I'm worried about is that I might not be able to win with the gear that I have. So I've been trying to figure out like what I could use, because I think the I could probably use, to be honest, the Saratobi's gun sticks because it's earth damage, and the Bleeding Spider Lily is the Ogress, and it's weak to water and earth, so that could be useful. So I might actually give that a shot, just to get some stuff going, because I have an idea for like a type of gear setup that I want. Alright, let's try the Bleeding Spider Lily. I'm going to jump straight to the beginning of the mission, and we're gonna go straight there, so I'll be right back. Okay, here we are in the Bleeding Spider Lily. I'm not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to use to face off against the Ogress, but because I know the fight fairly well, I should still be able to win. Alright, let's just put another point in heart. We need to get... oh, hang on, actually, before we do that. So I'll just demonstrate because I actually didn't do this. So let's go to Ready Jutsu. You'll notice we have a bunch of like new things in here. So watch what happens when I now utilize the reduced jutsu cost. So for example, let's start with fire. Let's put fire as just a single, you get a single cost fire talisman to give you 2, right? So it costs 1 jutsu to get 2, like it did here. So immediately I can actually get 4 because I can put those 2, but let's just put 1 for now because I've been doing 1 for a while. Let's change weakness to the 2 and sloth to the 3. That'll save more points. Keke and rejuve to those 2 as well. And then let's get Wealthbringer and put that down here. And now what we can do is we can get all of the fire And actually, let's reduce one fire. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Let's reduce... Alright, let's reduce that and we'll get sloth. So now we've got, look at that, 39. Wait. Why does that say 38? Should I be able to... Yeah, I can add one. Okay, I can get one more point, but I can't fit it in my belt. But now, if you look, we've got... Let's see. So we've got 6 sloth, 6 weakness, only 2 fire talismans. And 4 of the others. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change that up because I think it's actually better to go with... Let's get rid of a weakness and a sloth, and we'll change it to fire. And probably rejuve. If I get rid of fire, can I put the other one on? I could put Keke on. I think I like fire better. Alright, that's pretty good. So I am losing out on a few extra points, but it should be alright. Let's try that. So we've got 6 rejuve, 4 Keke, 4 sloth, 4 weakness, and 4 fire, and a wealth bringer. Alright, let's see if we can get through this. So this mission, luckily, is not too bad. So as usual, you know, just follow the path. Not going to bother too much with defeating enemies. We just want to get to the end. Because to be honest, the difficulty lies more so in the in actually completing, or like, you know, getting through the mission rather than defeating the boss. But really all we care about is defeating the boss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's pretty good damage. Attack. Yes. I was like, attack again. Oh, I did forget to put the Wellspringer on. That's right, we'll do it in a sec. We will have to defeat a few enemies, just because they're going to be kind of directly in the way. Let's go over here. Since last time, actually, it's been a fair while since I last recorded, but I've pretty much completed the game now on my practice file, which is really exciting because it's been a long time. I never thought that I would actually finish the game, but I have. I've beaten all the missions. I've done... Oh man, that's really annoying. Yeah, I've beaten all the missions. I've come up with some relatively good strategies for everything. Some stuff is still really hard. He's gonna fall again. Yeah, some stuff's really hard still. I'll be honest, it's not going to be perfect, but I think it'll be enough to... let's see, I want to... Yeah, let's get here. Did the other guy spawn? Yes, he did, of course he did. Yeah, I think it's going to be enough to get you guys through. Okay. So this attack actually I think is a thrust attack. Certainly looks like a thrust attack. Ah, damn it. I might die. Okay, good. I was like, I really wanna heal, but... Okay, so yeah, the reason I'm using fire as well is because my my Ninetales has that ability where if you can scorch the enemy, their defense reduces even more, so that's really useful. Alright, let's sloth, weakness, avoid, fire, the Keke and the rejuve on. Okay. Alright, yeah, so I'm doing pretty low damage, but it's fine. Will increase soon enough. Nice. Yeah, see, he bumped into the wall, but he didn't lose out on all his keys, so I still don't 100% understand that. Don't hit me. Okay, thank goodness. Also, I've been doing, well, I did a little bit of it, well, I guess however much I needed to do. The Abyss. The Abyss is actually pretty cool. I can't wait to show that off. I almost wish that I had done it slightly differently because the Abyss is pretty cool. You can get so much gear in there. It's insane. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. Alright, so now that's done, we'll just go over here one more time, and we'll grab this. Yeah, so you do, yeah, that's another thing I should say. You actually have to complete all of the Twilight missions on Way of the Demon as well, as part of the complete all missions. The only trophy I'm missing, funnily enough, it's not Destroyer of Demons, which is complete all the Way of the Demon missions. It's complete all the Way of the Demon missions on Siege of Osaka Winter, and I think it's just because I like missed the Twilight mission. Please don't kill me in one hit. Oh, thank God. Couldn't get up. Oh no. Why does this fight always start out so bad for me? Oh my goodness. There's something about this fight. Okay. Yeah, so she's not weak to fire, as you can see by how much damage I'm doing. But because of the way I changed the jutsu. Nice. We should still be able to get through fairly well. The key, I'm doing a lot of key damage to her. Avoid that. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Reducing a yokai's key is really good. Yes. Okay. Phew. Got it. Alright, we did it. Fantastic. Alright, let's go back to the main menu and we'll have a look at what we got. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Here are the rewards. So we get a Cracked Choco Cup, which actually allows you to access the Abyss. You need at least one every time you want to access the Abyss. Ryomen's Sukuna's Axe, which is actually pretty good, that one. 4 Ogress's Claws and Fabled Umbracite. Brilliant. That's exactly what we wanted. Alright, so let's have a look at that Fabled Umbracite and I'll demonstrate a bit more on how that actually works. Not disassemble, reforge. So let's say we want, like I said, the, what do you call it, auto recovery. There we go. So if I use the Fabled Umbracite, I can actually get auto recovery on my One-Eyed Dragon's Kabuto. So now it's like, it gives you all these extra options, which is very, very useful. And then you can see other things that it gives you as well. Really, really useful. Let me have a look at this one. Yay! All right, I have an idea. Okay, so here's another thing. I really want nullify damage on this Greater Good Sunite. So you can actually do that using a Fabled Umbracite. It says, are you sure you want to use this Fabled Umbracite to temper your equipment? Now, it says you need a quality Umbracite, but the game, nice enough, and the game developers were like, hey, if you've got a Fabled Umbracite, obviously you could get a quality Umbracite. So you can use your Fabled one. Another thing you could do, honestly, is you could literally just jump out, go to Way of the Strong, and then just jump into the Bleeding Spider Lily again, or this one, and just get a quality Umbracite. You could do that if you want. It's not really a big deal. Alright, so just trying to now think of like how best to do the rest of this, because I actually wouldn't mind getting the one from this, since I need to do it anyway. But the thing is, Evil in the Ether is fighting Ishida Mitsunari, and he can be a little bit tricky, so I'm a little bit worried about getting killed. Now, the reason I wanted the Greater Good, or wanted to do it on the Greater Good, is because I'm thinking about using actually a Greater Good build. It's got a decent set bonus. It's got decent set bonuses. So you've got damage reduction and key. Key's always good. Close combat damage by 10.2%, which actually increases more. It'll be more than that based on, I think, like the average level or something like that. Increased attack and defense of the, what is it, that Narikama Tanuki, that's not really a big deal. But then 10.4% damage reduction as well. So that can be pretty good, pretty useful. So I probably want to do that. But I really, really, really want to beat this one, the Ishida Mitsunari. So maybe I'll try and do that with the rest of the episode. So that way I can get those two done. And then we'll come back and we'll see what we can do after that. So let's try and beat Ishida Mitsunari. I'm just going to level up real quick here. Okay, only one level, but that's all right. All right, let's go to Evil in the Ether, and we'll do that one too. Be right back. Alright, Evil in the Ether, let's go. So there's a chance that Ishida, like this might be a difficult fight. There's a chance I might lose. Let's just try and go for it. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe I can actually do it. I really hope that I can because I need to, and also, yeah, it would be nice. Alright, so let's go up here. By the way, like, I know I think I've said it like a million times before, but this game is, like, honestly, the level of care and detail and just everything that the developers did with this game to make it as good as it could possibly be is insane. I mean, for those who are not aware, and I wasn't aware until very recently, if you were to go to, I think it's Way of the Wise, right? You know how, like, obviously these enemies that are coded in red are not in Way of the Strong or Way of the Samurai. Actually, I'm not 100% sure about Way of the Strong, but I don't think they are. In Way of the Wise, first of all, they added ethereal items, which are, to give you an explanation, because I was very confused, I think they're basically like divines, but you can put attributes that I think appear on like weapons on your ethereals. So for example, your armor pieces can have some like weapon attributes, which means you can get a lot stronger. And that's how you sort of, if you've ever seen like a few videos online about how people are able to do like crazy. I saw a video where someone did max damage, which was like just under 1 million. It was 999,999. And I was like, how in the hell? So yeah, I think that's why, and it explains why as well. It's like, obviously if you could put attack-based stuff on your armor, then you're going to be able to do a lot more. So it's really quite something. And I'm almost tempted to, like, play a little bit more. I was like, you know what, give me a second, I'll have a quick look. I did the Isle of Demons on Way of the Wise. I was able to beat it, and I did get one ethereal, which was nice, but I'm not gonna bother doing it for a playthrough. I'm not like, I'm interested in it, but not to that extent, which kind of sucks because it's cool, but yeah, it would just take too long. So, but yeah, that's something else. And the other thing was that excuse me, the other thing was some of the enemies, or at least I'm fairly confident, I saw like the one-eyed imp, like that massive one-eyed Cyclops ogre thing, and presumably all of the rest of the enemies, it used an attack I've never seen before. And I'm like, are you kidding me? They even programmed attacks that don't appear in the previous difficulties. That's crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of love and dedication that went into Nioh and its new game, like new games and stuff like that. They really went all out with this. Yeah, let's just go. I was gonna go recover one more time, but I think it'll be fine. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can beat Ishida. So he's not gonna have a cutscene. So let's just go. Yeah, that's another thing to remember. If it's a Twilight mission, he won't have a cutscene. Or the boss won't have a cutscene. Okay. Okay, that's good damage. That's what I wanted. Avoid that. It's going pretty well. Oh crap, run! Don't let yourself be hit by that. That's it. Gotcha. That's not what I wanted to do. No, I want... Are you kidding me right now? Please die. Please stop. Okay, good. Whew. Jeez, I couldn't change my attack to high stance. It just wouldn't. It was stuck on low stance. Alright, we did it. Let's go to the main menu. Almost done with this episode. Okay, we're back again. So, cracked the Choco Cup, got a Mugatama, Raven Tengu Feather, and more Fabled Umbracite. Okay, so I'm probably going to end things here. What I might actually do is I wasn't actually going to do it, but now that I think about it, it might actually be very useful. I'm going to go to Way of the Strong, and I'm going to do both of those missions again on like a little bit of an easier difficulty, just to get the quality Umbracite, because I'd much rather use a quality Umbracite than a Fabled Umbracite, seeing as you can only get, like, well, in a way, you can only get technically 2 Fabled Umbracite per day. because you can only get them from Twilight Missions, and there are a few missions, I think in the DLC, where they just give them to you as rewards for those missions as well, but I think they're one-time things. So for the most part, you can only get 2 per day. But because I'm like a little bit concerned about how my build is going to go, I really want to make sure that I use like whatever the bare minimum is to make my character better. So I think, yeah, I'm going to do Evil in the Ether and Bleeding Spider Lily again on Way of the Strong in order to get the quality umbracite off screen. So I'll do that off screen, and then in the next episode I'll probably try and like come up with something to show for it. So yeah, I think that's what I should do. I'm just trying to think if I should leave it for this episode. You know what, I'll be right back. I'll do those 2 and we'll see what happens. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I've done a few things since last time, or since what you just saw, and basically I ended up creating a long episode 165, but I realized that it's actually probably better to end the episode first and then do what I did for episode 166, or at least a part of episode 166. So what I'm going to do is this is sort of now in the future, I'm going to end the episode here, and then what you're going to see in the next episode is what I did technically for the previous episode, but it's going to be for that one. So it's a bit confusing, but look, it's going to make sense. It's just that the stats on the right side of the screen will be a little bit different. So yeah, but I think it's going to work better that way. So I'll end the episode here for 165, and then you'll see what I did for the continuation of 165 as part of 166. So for now, I want to thank you all for watching episode 165 of Let's Platinum in 100% Nioh. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.